game for the last several series. We haven't seen Brandon Monner. We haven't seen Carlos Brown, and I think the guys are 100% healthy. You know, it's about getting through this without your players getting injured.
Well, it's also giving other kids a chance to show and play and being out here. They work awfully hard, as you well know. That there's a nice little wingback or flanker counter came back around on a handoff from Grady and broke it for a big play for about 12 yards downfield. So
Terrence Robinson over the far sideline.
Again, counteraction going against the flow is really effective, and they run so much plays going to where the direction is that when you counter off it, they get big plays out of them.
Well, Cohn will hand off to Vincent Smith. He's going to try to stretch it around the right side. He is going to get it up for about 3 yards, but we'll see plenty of yellow hankies out on the field.
I think they're going to get at the tight end on that one.
I think we got a face mask.
Oh, yeah. All right.
So that'll set up a first and goal, no doubt, as the White trying to stretch it again. The White down 20 to 28 as they set up that scenario. They got to score and get the 2-point conversion, as Steve Clark put it.
That's not a penalty you see too often, a face mask on the defense.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit more different.
David Cohn will set up shotgun the ball, the right hash, 5 yards out. Cohn checking the call from the sideline. He's got Vincent Smith to his right, and he'll hand it off to Smith. Just go up right guard, or right tackle rather, and be dropped down at the line of scrimmage, or at the 1 yard line rather. Coach, you do it. You take it now. Drop down.
No, what that is, again, that's that dive play.
Yep.
And what the quarterback does, it's an option. If the wide defender sits out there, he hands the ball inside. If he closes down, he'll pull it and walk into the end zone. So that's why you had that open. There's gap blocking inside, leaving one defender, and then he makes the cut right back up in.
Another solid tackle by J.B. Fitzgerald.
This is going to be an isolation off the right side right here. There it is, fullback kick out, cut up inside. You got a gap block and kick out by your fullback and for a touchdown, by the way.
Spoken like a true coach. Jerry Hanlon calls out. Vincent Smith scampers in from 1 yard. McCloggin was your fullback on that play, and you called it out. Defense knows it's coming, but if you execute, you're gonna be able to put it in the end zone.
Well, from 1 yard, now they're going to go for two, since in order to tie the game, they're going to have to score on this because they were 8 points behind, as Steve mentioned. So important play here and see if they can get the 2-point conversion. Going from the left hash mark.
Now David Cohn in shotgun. Vincent Smith, your tailback. You have Robinson split wide. And Cohn's going to throw it left. Well, that's deflected that time by Adam Patterson, but quick to get rid of that ball, and a lot of coverage over there on that left side.
Yeah, that was 2-by-2, where you got two wide receivers on each side with one back in the backfield, and then they tried to run a little counter screen, throwing it back to the inside receiver, but it was hit as he released the ball.
So now what they want to accomplish, they want to get those 2-point conversion on both plays. Both times the offense unable to punch it in. Well, Coach, you need to get back to
speak out of here. I'm going to go back to my granddaughter. Been fun talking with you, too, believe me. And
your tongue is in your cheek when you say that.
No, you know better than that.
It's always great to have you.
You and I, we go back a way.
Yes,
so
we do.
Sure, thank you for having me on. And Andy, my wife thinks you're pretty good. She listens to the station. Now, I don't pay attention to you, but we sure appreciate all you guys and everything you do for Michigan. So.
Well, as long as you listen to your wife, that's all right.
She doesn't listen to me. Hey, good talking with you.
Thank you very much, Jerry.
Hope everybody's enjoyed this game.
We'll see you around. Yep, that's longtime coach Jerry Hanlon joining us. Appreciated his time up here. It's awesome to have his knowledge and experience up in the press box, and a darn good play-by-play guy, I might add, as he called it, 2 touchdowns. We're coming to a close here. A few plays. I would assume we got about 15 minutes left.
If we got the threes now out playing from an overtime situation, and they're playing from 8 behind, so they may do this once. That'd be about it. And then what's going to happen after that? They've got something mentioned to wrap things up from the 6-yard line. It might be the last play, or it just might be goal line situations where you got 10 guys in the box and the safety roaming just in case, and see how they perform in that type of situation, and then that will wrap things up.
Jack Kennedy's your quarterback, wearing the number 18. He's got black numbers. I don't know if that means he's able to be tackled out there, but a walk-on guy. He's got to remember this moment forever. He throws this one down. The man he was intended for was well covered down the right-hand side of the field.
It could have been Terrence Robinson working on the 3 team, because you got to have a whole bunch of people. If you're running 4 wides, some of those first and second teamers are going to be running third team just because they have to.
Well, I have that number down, excuse me, as Zach Johnson, but I'm not sure that was Zach Johnson on the play. I don't have that script. That was Patrick Collins. We give the credit to him, as Patrick Collins was the intended receiver there. All right, so they'll line it up again from the 20. Look at in the end zone, right side, man wide open. This one's going to be batted down, though, right at the goal line as the defender was there.
Matthew Cavanaugh on coverage.
Matthew Cavanaugh on the defense. The intended receiver on the play was Elias Coase, if I said that right. So
I give it to you.
Again, still a good amount of fans still here. People have filed out, but a good long afternoon for people to come out, just hang out and see some football. We did see Denard Robinson in attendance here. I still think he's sitting down there. And I noticed this, Steve, as he was coming up the stairs at one point. He was stopped by a bunch of fans. They must know it's Denard Robinson because he was signing autographs.
I would assume so. Either that or they got an American Idol contestant really confused.
Have we checked in with Sam Webb? Is Sam even listening down there? We'll check in on the field here, get Sam's take on how everything's going. It's, again, the defenses and offensive coaches have their players huddled. Calvin McGee in one huddle and Greg Robinson in another. It's really hard to judge the defense today for the simple fact that I think they've made a lot of mistakes, though, Steve, but at the same time, I think they're missing some players that are going to contribute in the fall. When you talk about Mike Martin not in there, Van Bergen not in there, I think that's been, those are, I think at least up front, those are 2 key losses.
Well, and, Jonas Mouton hasn't practiced all spring.
That's right. Thanks for pointing that out, yes. So Tate Forcier back on the field. The ball is going to be lined up at the 6-yard line, as Steve promised. One guy in the backfield, that's Kevin Grady. He's going to take the handoff, trying to pound up the middle. He gets in a wrestling match at the line of scrimmage, and he's going to win that by a 2-yard advantage. But he was stopped up front, and that'll set up a second and goal.
Actually, they actually started with second down. So in this situation, this is probably a 3-down CFL rule type format going within 6 yards into the end zone. So they might use all 3 downs to see if they can punch it in. I don't think they'll try to actually work on kicking field goals here, but they'll actually start on second down, bringing it third down.
That was Brandon Herron's number called again on the tackle. The Terrell Savoy split out, and actually Darrell Stone split to the near side. And Tate in the shotgun hits Savoy and almost drops it, but it's a touchdown as he fumbles it. Did just a nice little slant route into the middle of the end zone and wide open, and Forcier puts it right on the numbers.
Good move. Again, I'm continuing to be impressed with the way he is handling the position is he 18 yet? I mean, is he finally legal?
Well,
it's amazing.
I told you that, my one impression of practice, and I hope people came away from today, you don't know how to evaluate against this defense perhaps, but he's very accurate on his passing. He made a big mistake by our calculation today. When you take that safety, it seems if you just tuck it and try to get forward as much as you can, look like a little indecisive, takes the safety. But, he makes a couple mistakes, but he's also made up for it with his arm and his accuracy.
Well, they'll tell him that if the design play breaks up in the end zone, throw it away.
Right.
Get out of the tackle box, throw it past the line of scrimmage.
Well, now Cohn he's going to hand off to Cox, and he's going to take it ahead for 2 yards, a little bit of a counter play there, as it'll be now third down and 4 as they're working on this goal line situation. Tate's birthday, as I tried to, August 7th, 1990. So do the math on that. He's just shy.
Oh, he's already 18, coming on 19 soon. Yep. So anyway, I mean, the point is, for a young guy, he has looked sharp, and he's not looked sharp in one practice. He has looked sharp in multiple practices, which is good.
All right, so now Cohn back in shotgun, rolls right, looking in the corner of the end zone. This one actually was thrown at goal line. Intended receiver had it batted down.
Bubasar Sissoko there with the play on coverage, getting the PBU on that one.
And the intended receiver escapes me on this one. So this will bring up 4th and goal. Things are wrapping up here. And, that was James Rogers out there. Pardon me on that one.